Hi everybody, my name is Amber Miller. I've been renovating houses for the past 10 years. I am also a real estate agent. I became one about 5 years ago and have a lot of knowledge on different kinds of projects from single family homes. We've also done some multi-family home projects. I've worked at all different price points and all different areas and cities around Minneapolis and St. Paul. And so I thought on Thursdays it would be a fun idea to start doing like a Thursday tip. And what I've been doing is kind of keeping track of all of the questions that I get asked, and there's quite a few, about the renovation and the real estate process, buying a fixer-upper, having a business where you buy and renovate houses. So yesterday I was talking to somebody who I've known for a really long time. They're considering taking on a renovation for their own home. And her number one question to me was, on all of the photos and projects she sees on my Instagram feed, the one thing she's always looking for is the lighting. She loves the different chandeliers we put in the dining rooms, the front lights we use, the bathroom lighting. And she was like, where do you get that? She's like, I have no idea. I'm not very well versed in even looking online. And every time I type in those search words like bathroom vanity lights, you're gonna get a million search results. So I thought it would be a great idea to just spend a few minutes and go over some of the tips that I've used over the years to really help me up my lighting game. Because I'm gonna be completely frank, when I renovated houses 10 years ago, I'd walk into a Home Depot or a Lowe's and maybe spend $30 to $50. Completely different budget houses now than I was working on back then. But really, my options were pretty limited. So they usually had one chrome fixture and maybe one brush nickel, and that was pretty much it. So in every house, it was kind of the same thing. And if you follow any renovation blogs or Instagram pages or Pinterest now, you know that lighting is really like the jewelry of a room. So we've obviously had to look at different options, but we always are maintaining a budget as well. So a few tips I'm going to share with you guys are, number one, continue to look for inspiration on Facebook, Instagram, and your favorite blogs. Oftentimes they're going to have sources identified where you can actually purchase those lights that you like for the same price that they may have purchased them for. So there might be some type of a discount offered if you click through those links. Another option is the big home improvement websites like Wayfair. Wayfair has a great selection of lights. They vary in price. Some of them are, $20 or $30, but some of them can be $300. If there is a version of a $300 light that you absolutely love and it's just not in your budget, then make sure you Google Lookalike and then type in the description of that fixture. You may be able to find it in a different spot for a lower price, or you also may be able to find a different version of it that's similar enough that it'll work for you at a price that fits your budget. Another option is if you can't find the finish that you're looking for, so maybe you're looking for something in a matte black, and matte black is hot right now as far as design goes, so it's really difficult to find those fixtures. Either they don't make them yet because they're so new, or they're more expensive because everybody wants them. Think about going to Home Depot or a Lowe's and getting a can of matte black spray paint. You can easily give something a finish that you're looking for pretty quickly. Same with brushed brass. A lot of those fixtures right now are way more expensive than some of the other finishes. Another option for you would be looking at different blogs and finding out if there's a DIY version. Sometimes you can type in a version of a light and type in DIY, and you can find a choice that can be kind of versioned how you want it to be. So think of Ikea. Ikea has a lot of different lights available. They have a lot of the lights that are great for pendants and also for chandeliers. But if you need to change a shade, they've got different shade options within the store that you can use. So that's a great option for you. Another tip that I like is build.com, house.com, Houzz. Those are other resources that have lights available, and oftentimes they'll have sales, closeout sales, so you can find some good deals. Also, don't forget your local retailers. So World Market's a company that has some great, unique chandeliers and light fixtures. They're not the top of the line for budget, but they're also available in different sizes. So depending on where you're putting it, that might be a great option for you. And the nice thing about them, oftentimes they have promotions with coupons, and they also have free shipping. So make sure you check out that option as well. And then, when you're looking at exterior lights, think about where you really want to put your money for your impact. So oftentimes when we're designing a house, I'll be looking at the exterior on the front, and that's where I'm going to spend the most money on my light. I want that light right at the front door to give curb appeal. I want it to give it that zip so that when somebody pulls up to the house, it's immediate that they're in love with it and they want to buy it. So that's where I'm going to spend the most money on my exterior lighting. A lot of times for safety reasons, around garages, on back corners of houses, you're going to want a motion light. So those are a different price point, but they're also not as visually appealing. So they're not worth really the investment if you're looking for something more designer. Another option is when you are looking at blogs and websites, make sure that you're looking at the high and low versions. So on some websites, there's a great one called Copycat Chic, I believe. And she'll have versions of rooms that she does, and her designers, so they'll do living rooms, kitchens, bathrooms, and oftentimes what they'll do is they'll have two versions of a light fixture. They'll have one that's maybe a $200 chandelier over a table, and they'll have one that's maybe $1,000. Obviously, whichever one fits your budget is the one you should go with, but there's just a lot of great options out there that I don't want you to miss out on. So, well, that's it for our Thursday tip. I hope you enjoyed this. If there's a specific question you have about renovation, real estate, design, running a business where you're renovating houses and selling them, make sure to put it in the comments below and your question might be featured on our next Thursday tip. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great afternoon.